Pause Cafe. That's right. We are at 74 Chatham Street West. That's Olette Avenue there, and this is Lucier. You can tell where we are. I'm going to speak with Elaine Weeks inside Pause Cafe. Elaine is started running something called Windsor Writers Group. Oh man, it is so warm in here. What you can't smell is the magic happening back there. Something very bready is being made. This is Elaine, and this is the space you're saying. Usually, when people come in for the Windsor Writers Group, you get, little groups together. You push the tables together a little bit, and you start doing what?
Well, before we do that, we introduce ourselves and we talk about what kind of writing we do, and then we break down into groups and we try to separate ourselves a fair bit because some people can be a lot more vocal, loud than others. So we try to give each other a little space.
So you kind of take the space over to say what you have to say to share your the writing.
Yeah, Ryan is kind enough to stay open for us on Tuesdays. He's normally closed around 6. We get together 7 and we stay till 9, and so there's really nobody else in the place. We just take it over. Oh, so
it is an exclusive event then for people who want to come out. So how many of these have you run?
Let me think. We started in January, we went up till June, and then we took the summer off, so now we're starting up again. So that makes, what, 7?
Yeah,
7th one.
7 of them. And what happens? Who's invited to this thing? So just people who write.
Yeah.
And we talked a bit about it earlier. I was wondering if playwrights were allowed to come out or people writing scripts, and you said yes.
Yes, absolutely. It's open to anybody in the city who would either want to get involved in writing. They haven't really attempted to write, but they got this urge.
Yes.
So much for being here by yourself.
This is the thing. This is not exclusive space during the day.
No, which is good.
Yeah.
And or people who have been published, but the majority of the people we get are those who have been writing for a while, either doing poetry or some kind of prose. And we do get, we have had script writers and playwriters and so forth.
So when they read it out, I would imagine that something unique happens.
Yeah.
It's a different experience to have somebody have to read their own stuff out loud rather than handing it to somebody for them to read and critique and hand back with changes, right? You hear it out loud. So do the people have to read it themselves?
Sometimes I read it for people, or other people read it. Depending on, in my group, I've offered to do that because I'm pretty comfortable reading. I've done some play stuff, so performing stuff. So, and I try to animate it so they can hear maybe if there's some dialogue, how it's working.
Of course.
So, but a lot of times they will read it themselves. Sometimes people bring extra copies of their work. I usually recommend 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah.
And then. So everybody gets a chance. Otherwise, we end up with people monopolizing.
And right? I like the reason you started this. You said you and Lenore Langs, who I know through Bookfest Windsor, Windsor Bookfest, is that you were having to do a lot of editing of work that wasn't ready yet.
Right.
And you thought, hey, let's get some people sitting down and understanding a bit more about what kind of writing we would like to see.
Well, yeah, because we offer self-publishing services for authors, and we could certainly just take anybody because it's basically a vanity press. But
Walkerville Publishing, by the way.
Walkerville Publishing. We've been doing this since 2002, and it depends on who it is, but sometimes people who have just started out and have had nobody read it, a lot of times that's the problem. They won't have had anyone look at their stuff. Yeah. Or they might have had their mom or dad. And it's like American Idol. Well, what do you mean I can't sing? What do you mean I can't write? It's the same problem.
And so it's been a good process. You said that you've had people come back. Some people come back, but it's almost like they're taking what they're getting out of this group dynamic, leaving, and maybe recreating, right?
Yes, they feel maybe they've got writer's block. Who knows?
Yes.
Maybe they've had confirmation that their stuff. Hey, that's not so bad after all. Now I kind of know what direction I need to take. A lot of times, writers don't understand, like new writers especially, don't understand how long it takes to write anything, whether it be a short story, a play, a poem. How long it takes. there's a long process involved, and you must make, it's like a craft. You want to whittle things down, you want to make your words sing, basically, for the reader to be entertained and want to keep reading past the first line. So, you know, like even, I usually explain beginning of the group meeting that even well-established writers, I always love looking at their credits or the acknowledgements to see how many people they thank, how many editors they've had, how long it's taken, 5 years sometimes.
Yeah, because realistically the list will be very long if they are successful.
Yes.
Now, you have a Facebook page. This has been instrumental, I think, in keeping the group informed. There's about 80 people on that page, which is a lot. You're getting about 15 to 20 folks out for each of
a good turnout. Yeah, sometimes it's less, but that's okay.
So it's Windsor Writers Group. Yes. Apostrophe S? Writers?
Writers apostrophe S. Wait a minute, because it's writers plural, and then I added the apostrophe.
Okay.
It's supposed to show possession too, right?
Right.
So it's one of those tricky ones.
See, we're editing on the fly. Yeah. So that right now, if you're interested, you just go to Facebook, look up Windsor Writers Group, and you can like the page, I'm sure, join the group, and then you can get updates about. So when is the next one?
Well, tomorrow. It's wait a minute. What's today? Monday. The next one is tomorrow night, which is the 28th.
Yes.
Of September. So we normally meet the last Tuesday of the month at Paul's Cafe.
Yes.
Providing it's not Christmas time or something, or the summer,
right,
to give us some time off. And what was I going to say? I thought of something kind of interesting. About Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes. I've given, and we do it here too sometimes, if people have had they're really stuck, they haven't written at all, or they're writing, they're feeling it, so I give them little exercises to do.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, and you would know what those are. I wouldn't even know what a writing exercise would be.
I kind of made it up.
No, what she means is she got very, very good learned advice to teach you how to be a better writer. Well, this is Elaine Weeks. If you see her anywhere, you can always ask her the details of the event. But the next one is, you said 7 p.m.?
7 till 9.
The 28th of September, which is...
Tuesday, tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. I'll try and get this up right now. Yes. And you can come and be in this environment. Man, it looks really good through the screen.
It smells delicious in here.
Yeah, if you could be in here.
It's so inspiring to be in here. Because you can, it's like, where else would you want to meet and chat but a beautiful cafe, downtown Windsor.
Yeah.
You can get a lovely latte.
Yeah.
And some fresh
Oh, so he keeps that stuff going too.
Yeah, we can eat and drink and be merry.
Come down here, that's Elaine, and like she said, come downtown and make an event of it. Hone your craft.
Yes, and I will help you.
And he will feed you.
Yes, he will feed you and water you.